All right, I got a question from a student that asked, since I don't recommend using the lowest common denominator, right? Pretty much clearing out your fractions. I don't recommend doing that because in the past, students that do it, and there's almost always a problem like it on the final, students don't do as well that use that method. But we don't need that method if we're going to use the calculator for our calculations, which is what I'm showing here. I'm not going to show you the work. I'm not going to do the work. I'm just going to show it to you right here. I got this solution for my x, and now I want to check to make sure the equal sign is true to make sure that this actually is the solution, right? So the first method is just to kind of punch it in with a calculator by hand, and then I'll give you a method. It's not necessarily a shortcut, but it depends on how long the problem is, all right? So I got x is 3/40, right? So I say this x right here, I'm going to replace with 3/40. Boom, there's that one. But if I replace that one, I've got to replace any of the x's, right? Because we're not saying that just one x is 3/40. We're saying that all the x's, if we've done it right, should be 3/40. Okay, and then the rest of the equation just kind of jumps in. And this is what we have. Now, really at this point, I would still plug this into the calculator, which is really what I want to do, so I will, right? And that's all I would recommend doing. Type in 7/2 with the N over D button, okay? So the specifics is that we're using the TI30XS Multiview. That's the one that I recommend. Casio makes some really good calculators that have that fraction button as well. I love those Casios, but I more often use the TI30XS Multiview, okay? But again, all I'm typing in my calculator is 7/2 times 3/40, because that's the value of x that I found, plus 7/4. Enter. And on the left side of my equation here, all right, so all of this stuff right here, when I typed it into the calculator, it came out as 161/80. Now, if I've done that right, this equal sign right here, which I'm not sure if it's true, but it should be true. If I've done it right, then when I plug this into my calculator, I should get the same 160/80. So again, I'm just going to plug this into the calculator. 2 plus 1 n over d, 6. I just use the right arrow to get out of the fraction, times 3/40. Enter with the n over d button. And what do I see? Well, it's another 161/80 right there, which means that the equal sign is true when you replace the x with 3/40. Which means that if I were to go back to my original solution down there, x equals 3/40, I now know that I have a solution. But I have a second method. And this method requires, I mean, it's not like you have to code or anything, but we're going to use the calculator in a little bit of a different way. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace the x in my calculator with 3/40. Yeah, you can do that. There's an x button on your calculator. But first, we're gonna type that in. All right. So again, to type in 3/40, and that's what I'm going to start with. I would type in 3, and then I would type in the n over d button, and then I would type in 40. Okay. So on your calculator, you should be seeing 3/40 at this point. The cursor is going to be right next to the 0 from the 40, so you have to get out of that. Okay. So you just push the right arrow on the oval, which is it's kind of controlling the cursor there. And now you have the cursor blinking right here to the right. Okay, now the very bottom left, you're going to see the on button. One button above that, you're going to see the stow button. That's the storage button. And when you push it, you're going to see an arrow on your screen that looks like this. All right. What you want to replace it with is the X. So one button above the storage button is the X button. It's also got YZT and ABC on that as well. So you push that X button and it's going to say X right there. Then after that, all you need to do is push enter. Okay, now whenever you use that X button that we just saw, the calculator knows that you want 3/40 as a fraction put into that x, okay? And so once you push enter right there, over on the right side, you're going to see 3/40, and then the cursor is going to move down, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the original equation, which is right here, and since I've now replaced the x in the calculator with 3/40, I'm gonna type this in exactly like it is. I can't put the equal sign in, okay? So I gotta type in this side first, and then this side second, which I did up here as well. It's the same thing, it's just I don't have to, there's not as many keystrokes, because I don't have to type in 3/40 with the parentheses or the multiplication even. I can type this in exactly like it's shown. 7/2, so 7 n over d, 2, and then you go to the right, you push the X button. Again, it's 3 buttons up from the on button from the bottom left corner of your calculator from those buttons. And then you type in the plus sign plus 7 n over d4. And on your calculator, you're going to see this exactly. When you push enter, you're going to get the 161/80. Boom. And that's what I got when I pushed the enter, 161/80. And even though we know the right side is going to be 161/80, again, I'm just going to type it in exactly like I see it. 2 plus 1/6. Get out of the fraction, just push the X button, enter, and you get the 161/80 again. So this is a nice way to check your answers with the calculator without having to get those lowest common denominators, which I don't recommend because students in the past, many students in the past, were missing those problems on the exams, you guys. And that a huge portion of that is they're looking at these fractions and they don't realize that the 2 right here is a fraction over 1, and you have to have common denominators with every single term. You can't just be like, oh, I'm just going to work with the fraction terms. I got to do it with all the terms. It's one of the biggest reasons why I recommend using the calculator method to do your calculations and get your fractions. Yes, you have to work with the fractions, but the calculator is doing the heavy lifting for you. Please use the calculator. Use that N over D button, okay? It's very powerful. It's very useful. It's helped many students in the past. But again, that's what I recommend with the TI30XS Multiview. You don't have to use this method if you're committed to using the lowest common denominator situation to clear out all your fractions. Fair enough, but this is what I recommend.